Shu and Tan Ning taking on the home pair of Lani Tria Mayasari and Ribka Sugiarto. And looking at the women's doubles draw, well, we watched that match earlier on. 110 minutes and Zheng and Zhang are into the final. Who will they meet? Will it be an all-Chinese final, or will it be a treat for the home fans on final Sunday? So umpires and technical officials making their way out to court one already. And just wait for the scream, because it's coming. The home fans are going to go absolutely nuts. You gotta love that scream. So, Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning, the world number 7s, taking on the world number 31 pair of Lani Tria Mayasari and Ribka Sugiarto, who were out in the second round last year's event. And of course, the other half of the finalists, Liu Shengshu, made the final last year, very much as Zhang Shuxian did earlier. 1-0, just one meeting between them at the Orléans Masters 2023, and that was a straight games. Well, it was, I'm going to say it, destruction by Liu and Tan, 21-8, 21-12. And getting ready for the coin toss.
Black and red. Huh? Red. Side. Side. Serve and receive. Huh?
Well, once again,
Serve
looks
receive,
like Mayasari and Sugiarto have opted for this near side of the court, Jenny, and that is looking to be, of course, if they make it to 3 and get to the other side for the end.
Yeah, I would say that's actually maybe a bit of a surprising choice. I think
against this pair.
Against a pair that, on paper, the Indonesians are the underdogs. I would personally have assumed that they would want to start on the good side so they can put the Chinese pair under pressure straight away. But might be all part of the plan.
Right, exactly. 19-year-old Liu Shengshu, amazing the results that she's already picked up with her 20-year-old partner Tan Ning. This very much is one of the future pairs to look out for over the next, already ranked 5, and they're peaking at just the right time, their highest ranking as well. 7 finals that they made in 2023, 4 of them are going their way. And these were their tournament results. Coming into this semi-final, Sung and Yu, 37 minutes, Hu and Lim, 39 minutes, and Perlitan and Tinamuri Taran in 40 minutes. I watched that match last night, and they were in unbelievable form.
Yeah, to be reaching semi-finals and not having dropped a set is very impressive.
So, Lani Tria Mayasari, 21 years old, from Sudirman, Indonesia, ranked 31, has been as high as 25. And I can tell you now, that was back in October of 2023. 24-year-old partner, Ribka Sugiarto. And together, well, as I said, they were out the second round last year. And they actually were winners of the other Indonesian Masters, the Super 100. This was their run up, and great results. Efla and Lohao, straight games. Annie Zhu and Kerry Zhu, straight games. And then Yila and Sinan as well in straight games. So both of these pairs have been flawless this week. Umpire for this one is Sean Sukdeo, joined by our service judge, Cynthia Tam. Well, the real question here, Jenny, is going to be about home court advantage. And let's just let the umpire get this one underway. think we're about ready to get underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Liu Shanshu, Tan Ning, China. And on my left, Lanitria Mayasari and Rivka Sugiarto, Indonesia. Lanitria Mayasari to serve to Liu Shanshu. Love all, play.
So we do get underway, and as I was saying, Jenny, it's about home court advantage, and whether these home fans can push this young Indonesian pair through, because well, Liu Shanshu and Tan Ning, very solid and compact pair. Again, great combination.
Yeah. The crowd is definitely going to have to try their best to help this Indonesian pair, because, as we said earlier, the Chinese pair on paper are the favourites here. But when you've got this crowd behind you, anything can happen.
That's true. We've already heard them cheering for every shot. That's a great, powerful shot there.
And the Indonesian pair, they've got no expectations on them here. They've already reached the semi-final, whereas at the start of the week they might not have expected to come this far into the tournament.
That's true.
So now they can just play free, enjoy the game, and try to push the Chinese as far as possible, and hopefully get the win.
So the server,
that was a nice
2-1
area of court found by Liu Shanshu. Well, they are certainly enjoying it, and that's Mayasari.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting match on this game, because both pairs have quite different styles of play.
Yeah.
The Chinese pair are extremely aggressive. They like the flat drives, whereas the Indonesian pair, especially this week, they've been winning a lot of their points from using the soft skills and the touch and the deception. And I think that's what they're going to have to do against this Chinese pair, because it's going to be difficult to win these flat battles.
Absolutely. And that very much is a trademark of Indonesian badminton style across the disciplines, that soft touch and the soft hands. It's just a question of whether they're going to have the chance and the time to do it, because like most Chinese pairs, they love to move forward. Liu Shanshu and Tan Ning get on the attack as soon as possible.
Wow.
Oh, wonderful.
That is unbelievable. Liu Shanshu's mid-court is absolutely exceptional, both on the forehand side and her backhand. She can create such amazing power with a short swing, which makes it quite deceptive.
She's 19.
I know, it's crazy. That's nice.
Sorry, from the back. Again, marauding forward, Liu Shanshu. It's always dangerous when she has a smile that big on her face, because it means she's really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Absolutely beaming after that one.
The Indonesians did well to stay in that rally as long as they did, but they just need to do something a bit extra rather than just pushing it straight back upwards to Liu Shanshu.
Well, the home fans, of course, still do have their hero, Anthony Sinisuka Ginting, coming up later on court one. But that's not going to be an easy match for him against Brian Yang, who's been in great form.
Yeah, he's been playing fantastic all week.
Mayasari up front now, Sugiarto taking the backcourt duties again, trying to create some opportunities. Tan-Ning again lifting that cross-court into the corner.
It was a nice idea from Sugiarto. She's got a fantastic stop drop on her, but I think maybe that, because she was right in the back tram lines there, it's quite an ambitious shot.
Yeah. I think a few feet, a couple of steps forward, and that would have been perfect. Longest rally, and that's going to help them because, of course, the Chinese pair are not going to want long rallies at all. But as they just proved, even when they're on the back foot, mid-court, they can still score into the corners.
Bit of a spin serve from Tan-Ning there.
Isn't that a contentious point? Spin serves?
No, that was a fully legal spin serve.
Okay, all right. I know there was a couple of months back, there was a big debate going on about that.
3-7.
But I think her serve might actually have been going out. I know she ended up missing that interception, but with the drift, it looked like the serve was going to drift out to the right.
Sorry again. Oh, that's good. Hustling play by Sugiarto. Oh! The tumble works for them. It certainly works for the crowd.
4-7.
That's the kind of rally I think the Indonesians are going to have to play almost every time. The changes of pace, because the Chinese are so good at dealing with the pace.
Absolutely. I was just shocked in that replay as to how close the Chinese were to getting that shuttle back up the net.
You've got to be ready for them to get everything back.
An impossible angle. They're only a couple of inches off. 4-7. Nerves. It's a nervous service.
So it's over. 8-4.
You can't be giving the Chinese pair 2 points.
Absolutely not. You cannot be leaking points against a pair as effective as Liu and Tan. Oh, great reset by Tan-Ning. Straight back into position for both of them. Full pirouette by Liu. Well, they're keeping pace with the scoreline through winners or errors. It's working.
Yeah, it was good placement on that last smash. Again, it's a theme of today, into the right hip of those right-handed opponents.
Absolutely.
Again, potentially a bit of a loose serve.
9-5.
Yeah, they've got to keep their focus. Absolutely have to, especially in this part of the game.
Yeah, the Chinese girls, they're so aggressive onto that serve, which is maybe adding a bit of extra pressure.
Again, just a hook.
10-5
from the back. That was enough.
Yeah, it was a good shot choice. She just took a bit of pace off that and did almost like a stick smash.
Yeah, no real backswing. Great change of direction by Tan-Ning. Good movement by Chinese ladies. Right now, Mayasari and Sugiarto just pegging them back. Well, this is all Tan-Ning.
is a very mental rally.
Yeah, and a shuttle with one less feather, I noticed. That's literally both of the Indonesian ladies against Tan Ning. Liu Shengshu is watching this. I'm sure she's going to jump in at some point. Doesn't have to.
11-5.
That's probably the easiest point she's had to win so far. 11-5 at the break.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Coach, Coach, Coach. Players on court.
So back on court, the second phase of game one. The second partner for Lani Mayasari is Sugiarto. Used to play with Jacita Putri and Toro. Actually picked up a runner-up position at the Bonn International 2022. Oh, nice, very nice.
I think the Indonesians have been playing a really good tactical game so far. I think they've been working the rallies really nicely. It's just maybe a few more errors.
Yeah, that's it. They've got to keep it tight.
Yeah, that's the difference in the scoreline at the moment. But what they're doing in the rallies is really good.
Oh, that was a wonderfully worked point by Mayasari. Just couldn't keep it in.
So it's over.
Using their skill there to turn that cross court was so nice.
Well, that's, I think, one of the only ways they're going to break down that attacking line from Liu and Tan is to start playing the angles, get one of them out of position, create some space either in the middle or down the flanks.
Yeah, use their skills, use their deception, but it's just when they've got those opportunities, making sure they make them.
And they cannot lift to a point where Liu and Tan are going to come in with that attacking combination.
Yeah.
12-6.
Play.
A bit of power there.
So it's over. 7-12.
She does well.
Yeah, she's so strong in that mid-court area.
13-7.
Either going to score or she's going to force the error on that. 13-7. Short, sharp points so far. 20 points scored, 13 minutes. Good tempo, pace to the match. Oh, wonderful return by Sugiarto. He was on hand to finish off the point.
That block changed that whole rally there.
So it's over. 8-13.
Well, where the Chinese pair are maybe used to other women's doubles pairs just driving it back hard at them. Mayasari and Sugiarto using their skills to turn the shuttle and make them move.
Well, a couple of points going their way, and I think it's fair enough with this home support to dare to
9-13.
dream. What a situation it would be if Mayasari and Sugiarto could make it to the final.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I'm sure the home fans will be willing them all the way to the end of this match.
Absolutely. Sheng Shu gets up. Tan Ning now on the attack. But it's turning into more of a defense. And their body language has certainly changed, Liu and Tan.
10-13.
I don't think they were expecting this intensity of attack.
Yeah, their attack's been getting through very effectively so far. And both players are doing a really good job at intercepting at the net.
Yeah.
Which is adding even more pressure. Again, lovely block.
Well, that stopped the point rot anyway.
So the
14-10.
14-10.
But it's good that Mayasari and Sugiarto look like they are taking this on as it's like it's a Sunday match, like it's a training match. They're certainly getting up for it.
Yeah, they're definitely enjoying the moment so far. And really settled after that. The first few points, they didn't look quite that almost ready, not that comfortable, but now they're playing very well. Oh, that was very sharp.
It's big pressure by Liu Sheng-Shu. Right at the face of the net. Well left by Mayasari.
So it's over 11-15.
Yeah, there might also be some nerves for the Chinese pair in this game as well. They're coming in as the favourites, and as we were saying earlier, it's very close between them and Zhang and Zheng, we saw earlier.
And they've now made the final, so there is a bit of pressure on them.
Yeah, for the race to Paris.
Right now, they've got to push that from their heads. Paris, a few months away. And it just so happens there are two Indonesian ladies right in front of them who could put a serious dent in their ambitions.
12-15.
Get to the final first. It's got to be paramount in their heads. 12-15. A little bit more of a difficult task. Great defense by Mayasari. Couldn't stop Tan Ning.
Again, another great interception, but this time from Tan Ning.
16.
They're ready for those cross-court pushes. The Indonesians either have to play that a little bit softer or a bit more height. At the moment, it's just at the perfect interception height.
So 16-12, still on course here in the first game. It's a little bit tougher. It's sailed long.
17-12.
It's going to make them feel a little bit better. shout for Mayasari and Sugiarto to make the final, but of course, let's not forget, there's a guaranteed Indonesian men's double finalist. Might just be the defending champions, Fernando and Martin, or Alfian and Ardianto, former world number ones, of course, now that Satwik and Chirag. Oh, wonderful point.
Both still on the floor.
Still on the floor. And that's the exact kind of image that Mayasari and Sugiarto want to see. They pushed them to the limit.
Bit of an ambitious move there from Tanning. She played not the best quality block and still chose to move forwards, which kind of exposed them as a partnership.
So it's not out of the question that they could pull it back from here. But I am interested to see what they can do from the other side of the court, because this is a more difficult side of the court that Sugiarto and Mayasari are playing from, and they are doing pretty well. Yeah,
they're playing extremely well at the moment, and they're definitely asking a lot of questions of the Chinese pair.
Well, as you said, it's a lot more about the angles. They haven't really been using the top corners that much. They've been, you know, avoiding the drift as best as they can, and scoring just through passage of play and pattern of play, really.
Yeah, they just got to keep using these soft blocks and the deceptive shots to keep pushing the Chinese pair all around the court.
Oh, they just keep trying harder and harder, and it's working against them. 3 points back now.
40-17.
Oh, wonderfully intercepted there by Liu Shengshu.
18-14.
All smiles. You should say that's good to see. They look like they're out at the mall.
That's a very clever serve from Liu Shengshu.
Dipping serve, yeah.
Across the body to Sugiarto. She's just shadowing it there. She tried to take a backhand, but it was too far across her that she should have hit that as a forehand.
Just getting into that confusion when it comes across the body.
Where you have such little time to make a split-second decision of which grip you should play.
Tan Ning pushing, comes forward. Liu Shengshu takes over at the back, and it's forced another mistake. That's 6 game points.
Lovely stop drop there from Liu Shengshu. She's controlling the game at the moment.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be a lot happier once they've got 1 game in the bag. All she had to do. Great shot, great combination.
First game won by Liu Shengshu.
21-14 in the first game.
14. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Coach, return to your chair. Players in court.
So back on court for game 2. And what can Alani Trier, Mayasari and Rivka Sugiarto do from that side of the court? They have only been together for just over a year, but have already picked up a medal. It was gold medal at the Asia Team Championships last year. That winning Indonesian side.
Double play.
Just in.
Challenge
coming. I knew it had to be. It was very close. Here it comes. Oh.
Correction, out.
Good challenge.
That's a very good challenge. But interesting to see off that first point that Mayasari and Sugiarto are trying to come in with the big, fast smashes and the power.
Yep, it seems to have worked so far today from that side.
Yeah.
You're getting through on the attack, and that will definitely, or should definitely be their tactic. But again, it's important to not just use. Oh, it's a very good flick serve.
That's very good.
Very deceptive.
Yeah,
it's important that they don't just try and use power, because their asset as a pair is using their
soft hands,
deceptive stop drops and cross-court slices, and making the Chinese really question their racket positioning and their on-court positioning in defence.
Well, that one is in. Even though Liu Shengxiu had a very long look at the line judge.
2.
There's 1 point for the drift advantage, 1 against.
Very safe corner. Unlike that side of the court.
So it's over. 3.
Well, they're going to have to reel this in. Last thing they want is Liu and Tan to get 5 or 6 points ahead right off the start. Sugiarto with the power from the back. Mayasari now steps in. I think she was looking to block that.
4-1.
The Chinese are looking very comfortable in their defence.
Yeah, really, absolutely. And he said if they can make the best of this side of the court, even just halfway, then it's going to be a very tough ask for Mayasari and Sugiarto.
Yeah, it's risky strategy, but maybe they could try and use maybe this left side a bit more, try and aim for the tram lines rather than just playing a bit central onto the rackets of the Chinese girls.
So it's over. 2-4.
Well, Tan Ning and Liu Shengxiu having a serious discussion about that back line. That was a very good downward angle by Shengxiu.
So it's over. 5-2.
Nice vision, find that corridor right down the middle.
6-2.
Well constructed from Liu Shengxiu. She was just playing soft, controlled shots until the Indonesian girls felt like they had to do something else with it, and that's where Tan Ning had the easy interception.
now picking their spots, really. So they have got their 5-point lead. Oh, what? Challenge coming there.
Yeah, I'm not sure Liu Shengxu was happy that her partner asked her a challenge there.
There's this continuing discussion happening between them. Yeah, you may as well just use that challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful.
I think she's laughing, saying, I told you so. Waste of a challenge.
So it's over.
They're certainly having a great chat right now as to how they should approach these next few points. Nice jump in there by Tan Ning. That might have been exactly what they were talking about, actually. That's been working well for Liu Shengxu, intercepting, making that jump in just the right time. Tan Ning now comes in and follows it up. 8-3. I think it's affected me a bit. 8-3, I was looking around the stadium to see if there was any fires going.
It's a cursed score.
It is. This is going to stick with me forever now. Delicate from Sugiarto. Oh, but too delicate. And they've got to watch out for that. Flat drives coming across them.
That was such good vision. You can see there, she was stood in such a forehand grip. And she had almost no chance of getting that.
Yeah, you could just see on her face that she knew immediately there's absolutely no way. So closing in on the second mid-game interval. And no significant problems so far in the second game for Liu and Tan. Rackets. Oh, what happened there?
I think that took the drift. The drift took it away from her a little bit. She was set and then had to try and make an adjustment right at the last second. The shuttle the Z just caught the top of her strings rather than the sweet spot in the middle.
Nice combination. That's what we are familiar with from them.
10-4.
10-4.
Yeah, the Indonesians now just have to try and do something a bit different. And they've lost that aspect of using the soft touch shots. Maybe they should try and implement the net a bit more.
Certainly do need a bit of a rethinking and start progressing here. Shengxu with the usual solid defense. Moving forward. It's a great rally. In the end, errors creeping in. So, Liu and Tan ahead, 11-4, second break.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Coach, Coach, players on board. Okay.
So back on court. And
Play.
it is crunch time now for the last Indonesian pair in the women's doubles draw. Well, I think they were a bit lucky there. I think Sugiarto was actually in the right place to finish that off. And I think if the Chinese pair had gone cross-court, maybe it would have been a bit different. They were a bit bunched up on that right side. Worked out, though. They're certainly not going to complain. Liu Shengshu's come through.
They're so dangerous when their opponents have flicked them. They're so quick at moving backwards, and then the other one is so, it doesn't matter which way round it is, the other one is so good at coming forwards and applying pressure on that next shot.
And they're always in sync. It's almost like having four hands. The backup pair just ready to go. Oh, that's a drifty part, a windy part of the court.
So it's over. 6-12.
6-12. And this would be a great place for Mayasari and Sugiarto to add a couple of points to their tally. Nice pick up by Sugiarto. Steeper and steeper from Tan Ning at the front.
Yeah, good change of pace.
6. Here's the shuttle.
They've been together since October of 22. Mayasari and Sugiarto.
Both of these pairs are actually relatively new partnerships, aren't they?
Absolutely. I mean, in terms of success, Liu and Tan have really kind of etching their own place in history so far. With the 7 finals last year, that's in their first year. So there's a lot. I mean, that can work against you because that sets your benchmark. And as you grow through, and they're only 19 and 20, if they don't get 7 finals every year, then they might feel, oh well, it's been a bad year. Yeah,
and they already won their first Super 1000 2 weeks ago at the Malaysia Open. So that is an unbelievable start to. Not just this partnership, but also them really being on the World Tour.
Oh, yeah. It's like they kind of just went through the early stages now that you've done a Super 1000 win.
Yeah. I think they missed the early stages. They just skipped right to the top.
You've got yourself a bye for those. 13-7, looking comfortable here, and that's going to be out as well. Forced error.
So it's over 47.
And this is actually what they do well. They settle into the rhythm that they need for the match, and then they just execute.
Yeah, their attacking pressure is unbelievable. It's relentless, and it's so difficult that once you get a lift that isn't perfect length, then they seem to be all over it, and they'll just keep applying the pressure until until they win the rally, pretty much.
Still, you do see, just like that service error, the odd error which you'd expect from a 19 and 20-year-old partnership. Everything else is perfect, pretty much.
And she seemed very angry at herself for making the error.
That's the difference. See if you can really have a go at yourself. You've got quite a good future in this game. Mistake there, 15-8, and there is an air of inevitability now descending upon this court. The quiet, I think it might just be the fact that the crowd's gone very quiet. I think they can see it too. Oh, wonderful exchange at the net. Tan Ning was leaning back on that.
It's good confidence there for her to play the net shot, even though the Indonesian pair was stood right at the front.
Yeah.
She just said, okay, I'm going to play it right back to you. What can you do?
Deep serve. Comes back nicely for Shengshu. Tan Ning all over it. Doesn't stop. The first doesn't get you, the second will.
17-8.
That's very high. But again, not full power. Ooh, clips the net. And there's that sort of self-review.
9-17.
She can't believe she made such an error like that.
She's going to go far. She's going to go very far.
Yeah, signs of a champion.
Actually, she's going to go even further is what I should say, because she's already gone far. That's a good passage of play. Liu Shengshu now teasing Mayasari and Sugiarto in. That's long. No challenge coming.
10-17.
But we're talking about going far and further. I mean, it's a difficult division with Chen and Jia still pretty much on top of their game.
Yeah, but China, I'm sure, are always looking ahead to see who are the pairs for many years to come.
Absolutely. There's one thing that no player is ever going to be able to conquer, and that's age.
Yeah. And this is definitely one of those pairs that's going to be around at the top for years to come.
For sure. A lot of space in front of Mayasari and Sugiarto for Tan Ning and Shengshu to aim at.
10.
And now cruising. 18-10. Straight down the middle, and you can just see a bit of the fire has kind of come out of Mayasari and Sugiarto's game, and that's no fault of their own. They've been pounded. They've been basically facing this relentless attack.
Yeah, they've been on the defense probably too much, especially in the second set. I think the first set they did really well.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe the scoreline reflected the level of the rallies that we saw in the first set. And they were moving the shuttle around really nicely, and they were on the attack a lot, but this second set, they've just defended probably a bit too much and a bit too passively as well.
That's the word, passively. You know, there's transitional defense where you're trying to get back on the attack, but there is really playing out the rallies.
Yeah.
And that's nice to see. So 10 match points, and with the form that they've been showing, I'm guessing they're going to need one, maybe two. So definitely two then.
So the server, 11.
Ambitious shot.
Yeah, a bit too relaxed maybe from Tan Ning
a bit too
there.
spectacular. That one was going to work. You knew when it came back. Steep, so they make it to the final, and that battle, as you were saying, for the Paris Olympics is now absolutely on, and it's going all the way to Sunday. They will meet Zheng Yu and Zhang Zhuxian. So basically the winners from last year now on opposing sides of the net. It's going to be a very interesting match for sure. They come through
21-14,
21-14, 21-11. There's the final point. 1, 2, 3. There's confirmation of it. 21-14, 21-11, 43 minutes. And it's going to be an all-China final in the women's doubles here at the Indonesia Masters. Coming up next, it is the mixed doubles. And Midorikawa and Saito up against the qualifiers, Toft and Gravison. Don't miss it. So, fantastic performance in 44 minutes by Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning. And up next is the mixed doubles. Hiroki Midorikawa and Natsu Saito have made it to the semis, and they're up against the qualifiers, Jesper Toft and Clara Gravesen. Well, that's what the mixed doubles tour looks like. Shengshu Wei and Huang Yaosheng booked their spot in the final, looking for their 5th